this mic was muted, so they didn't hear the question. From Correspondente, at one point in game one, do you believe G2 regained control of the match?
Yeah, I think it was the bot lane inhibitor where they tried to dive us or something. And we got 2 kills at the start, like 2 for 0. And then we chased down the remaining 3 members because I think Aphelios had no flash for that fight. So I think they kind of overstepped there. And then they got chased down and we got a lot of bounties. I think we got 1 tower, dragon, I think. And then, yeah, we just regained control there.
Go ahead and use the Zoom hand raise feature to ask any questions and I can call on you, or you can type your questions in chat. Question from Grill News. Exotic or different picks seem to be a reoccurring feature in G2. Was it only this series, or did you think just the picks in this specific instance were a good idea?
Yeah, I think we just thought that these picks were good, just like in general. So no matter what team we would play, I think we would kind of do the same. Like we thought Nautilus was pretty good, so picked it and it worked well. I think it's very hard to draft against it. So yeah, I think you can expect more exotic picks. Like if, for example, if this gets banned or something, I think we have some more stuff prepared. But this one, we pretty like this one a lot, yeah. So
Question from Jack Marsh. Doinby recently said on stream that LEC sides have been stomping on teams in scrims, and this first game has proven that you guys are more than ready to tackle some of the world's best. So what confidence does this match or this series give you for the rest of the tournament?
well, I think it was a good series to like shake our nerves a bit, to get used to the stage because the game one was very shaky. I think we were way too overconfident in the start, so we thought every play was gonna work. And even if we already misplayed, we just kept trying to reach for more and then we lost. But yeah, in the second game, I think we got a lot of confidence from that because the game was very one-sided and all our plans kind of came to fruition. And yeah, I think we can do well against any team. I think maybe the scrims are like not the best what's it called indicator, especially when teams have to actually travel here and can be jet lagged and all that. Like it's way easier for us to not get jet lagged since we're here. We only had 2 hour flight, so I wouldn't read too much into it, but I do think that we can for sure win against like everyone.
A repeat question because I didn't hear it the first time. From Porao Docamp, what do you think the biggest difference between game one and game two? How did you get such an advantage?
Yeah, I think the game two, I mean, the game one, I think we were a little bit too overconfident. So even if the plays failed at the start, let's say like in the middle in 2v2, I think we missed the hook and then we still kept for the fight, going for the fight, and then we lost it. So that backfired. And in the bot lane, we knew Sejuani was bot, but then I hex flash behind them and tried to get them because they have no flashes. And then we died again. So when those 2 plays went wrong, everything started kind of collapsing, but we kept wanting to fight and we kept losing fights. And then for game two, we kind of refocused and took things a bit slower. We had a much better plan as well. And yeah, I guess that was kind of the biggest difference.
Question from Plus Gaming Latam. G2 has never started from this early of the stage on in a tournament. Do you feel that competing from this early stage will bring you an advantage later?
I do think so, yeah. I think it's way better to like actually get used to the stage a bit, to, just play some games because you learn the most when you play actually on stage, like official games. Like I think, for example, even game one, we have a lot of stuff to look at. So I think it'll be for sure beneficial. It's better than just like going into the best of fives instantly, and then maybe something like game one can happen, and then you're down in a series. So I think it's good for us, yeah.
Question from Correspondente. I would like to ask, did you already expect this result today since you have had scrims against Loud? Like, has their performance indicated that you guys would probably win?
No, we scrimmed Loud the week before we played the finals or like the final week in Europe, because they came to bootcamp a bit earlier and we couldn't find scrims, so they were kind enough to scrim us. And yeah, then I guess we just drew them, so we played them. But I mean, we were confident that we were gonna win, but we were just confident we were gonna make it out of the planes anyway. So no matter who we would play, it would be the same.
Is there anyone from your bracket that you think could prevent you from advancing?
Not really. I think PSG looked pretty decent. Like yeah, but I think we're still better. I think the other side looks maybe a bit better with BLG. So yeah, looking forward to see them play. And yeah.
Next question from Level Up. Looking at how both games went, do you think the mental fortitude was a factor for Loud in their performance?
Yeah, I feel like in game 2 they kind of started playing a bit worse. So maybe mentally they kind of collapsed after they threw the first game, because the first game should have been theirs, right? So I think it definitely mattered a little bit, because I did feel like they were playing a bit more scared, or maybe we just had like better champs. For example, I was playing Lulu, so I feel like I could do a lot more in the early game, and I was just like running around dodging time queues, and they were getting inhibited in the jungle, and Wukong was just dying. So I think they were just a little bit tilted from the first game, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Are there any other questions? You can use the Zoom hand raise feature and I can call on you, or you can type your questions in chat. All right. We'll conclude the scrum. Thank you.
Thank you.